Hey everybody, welcome to the show, the podcast, the video, the chat, whatever. Episode 54, I think. I don't know, doesn't matter. I hope you're all doing well. I'm feeling good. Well, I have some, I have a personal issue going on in a relationship of mine that I'm choosing to not bring to the podcast today. Because I don't know how to feel about it. And one of the things that has made my life a lot better as I get older is when I have the wherewithal to do so, taking a minute or a day or a week or whatever to be sure that when I speak, it will be what I want it to be. I will say what I want to say, and I'll be able to mean it and feel comfortable with it and that kind of thing. And there's all kinds of moments for reckless abandon and that kind of thing. But this is kind of a big relationship in my life, and it's I find myself saving a lot of time. I wrote a song that never came out, but it's in my book called Feathers. And in that song, I say, I've been saving all that ink on tomorrow's apologies by just holding onto my tongue today. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Other than that, things are going real well. So well that to find something to complain about, I would have to dig deep and find something fairly superficial. But I've done it. I was sitting around the house last week, get a knock on the door. I go to the door. I'm like barefoot. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I don't know what's going on. I look out the window. I don't know this person. And sure enough, it's a dude who, as you know, they've discovered a miracle cleaning product. And you can tell it's legit because the way they're getting the word out is by sending people door to door to tell you about it. Like they did with all great inventions. Like how you heard about the COVID vaccine because some guy on a bicycle knocked on your front door. But one of the things I was struck by was he showed me his City of Appleton, I think it was called a solicitor's license, which means some politicians, I would wager a majority of politicians or whatever, either signed off on or didn't object to giving out licenses so some chud can come knock on my door in the middle of the day while I'm trying to do things. Trying to live my life. And you go out in the world and you're already confronted with so much of it. So much, hey, you're ugly, but you'll be better looking if you buy this or wear this. Hey, you're fat, but you'll be skinnier if you eat this or do this. Hey, nobody likes you, but they would like you if you had one of these. Hey, you're not successful, but you would seem successful if you had this thing. The constant marketing and messaging, and I hate it. And to add another thing to the list of why politicians don't ever get invited to my place for dinner is because they're handing out license. Like, yeah, if you want to go to a person's private residence and try to sell them some shitty Windex, go ahead. Here's your license. We're happy for you. It's great. And I hate it. I'm trying to live my life. I'm trying to sit around my house, trying to work, trying to write, trying to do things. And I can't believe that people at any point made their peace with this. Oh yeah, sometimes a stranger just comes to your home and knocks on the door and bothers you. But they're allowed. I don't know. It's not that big a deal. I just thought it was funny. And another reason to dump on politicians. By the by, I have this song called Devils that is about my feelings for politicians and politics. And we played it at a festival, and during our slot at the festival, someone posted in the event page that the band on stage had just made fun of him. And come to find out, he's like a local politician, and he was offended by this song. And that's good. I know some politicians or people that have tried to be politicians, and they're not offended by the things that I think because in their view, the things I think don't apply to them because they're not crooked and shifty and shady and corrupt and dirty. So if you're offended by me not liking dirty politicians, well, I thank you for outing yourself, you crooked little... Oh, what else is going on? Damn it. My camera froze, as it does, as it do. It's only happened twice. This was the second time. But my camera froze right in the middle of, I was talking about my new record that I have out. And that's frustrating. But worse things will happen. Let's just move on. I have a new instrumental record. I put it out yesterday, Sunday for me. The deal was, I made this record called It Never Really Was What It Used to Be. I wrote it and recorded it in 6 days right here in my house. And I sent it off, after mixing it myself, I sent it off to get mastered. My friend Caleb did that for me. And I got it back on Thursday on my way to a show, and I listened to it in the car, and it sounded good. And then Sunday, when all the shows were over, I was sitting around the house trying to figure out when to release it, and I realized the upshot of being nobody from nowhere is that the only schedule I'm worried about is my own. So I sat right down, and I uploaded it to the internet, and I wrote a little thing, and I said, here it is. So here it is. You can go to my Bandcamp page. You can go to christophergold.com. I'm very proud of it for a couple of reasons. One, it expands on a lot of the ideas of the first instrumental record in that the quiet is quieter, the louder is louder, the drony parts are dronier, the pretty parts are prettier. I'm just real proud of it. It's a little bit longer. I tried some new things. I played lap steel on a record for the first time in several years. I played with some looping drums. I figured out how to make a guitar sound like wind. I figured out how to make a drum sound like an explosion, that kind of thing. I had a lot of fun with it. And the thing I like most about it is that it wasn't made out of necessity. For the most part, I feel like I'm back with my throat. I played 3 shows in 3 days last week, and 2 of them were multiple hours. And it worked, and it was good. So I got to make this instrumental record, not because I had to, and not from like a fearful place of what if I can never sing again, but just from a desire to make it, and feeling inspired to make it, and feeling creative enough to make it. And I'm real glad for that, to have that feeling attached to it. And like I said, it's called It Never Really Was What It Used to Be. And you can listen to it for free. You can download it for free. You can pay for it if you want to. Big thank you to everyone that has paid for it. That really helps. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you'll check it out. And if you like it, share it with friends, whatever. Like I said, I've been playing shows. They've been going really well. I've been really sort of leaning into being Christopher Gold and trying to really know for sure what that means creatively and professionally and artistically and personally and all that kind of stuff. And just deciding what kind of show to put on and not wavering from that based on how the crowd is acting or what the room is like or what the schedule is like or anything like that. And so far, every show that I have played has been in a place I've never played before, for people that for the most part have never seen me before. And it's been wonderful. And people have been buying merch. We've been meeting people and taking pictures and signing stuff. And it's been feeling really good. And if the rain holds out, if you watch this on Wednesday or Thursday, on Friday, me and the band are playing a hometown show in Appleton at Fox River House at 7, I believe, 7:30. I don't know. Just come. For the first time in over a year, we're playing a hometown show, and we're excited about it. My friend Henry's going to open. It's going to be real good. And then the other thing that's been going on, I talked last week about feeling frazzled, and it's not because of a lack of sleep, though I have that, and it's not because of a caffeine abundance, because I have that too. I was feeling frazzled and excited and nervous and stressed and thrilled because we got an accepted offer on a house. And for the first time ever, me and my wife and my son, we're gonna buy a home, and it's gonna be our home, and we're gonna own it. Well, the bank's gonna own it, but they're gonna let us live there as long as we just pay them money every month, which is kind of the deal we have now. And if you have any even like fleeting awareness of my songs, you'll know that the idea of home is big for me, because I've never really lived in the place that I'm from. I've never really been from the places that I live. Most of my childhood, I didn't live in one place for terribly, terribly long. And this house that I'm in right now, this half of a duplex, is the longest I've ever lived in one place. I've been renting this for 17 years. I don't know. It's fast math. And like I said, dude, I'm frazzled, man. No, it's 17 years, I believe. I'm not that old yet. 27 years. Get out of here. And I'll be sad to leave, but we're very excited about this new process. But it is a process, and we found a place we really like, and we feel enthusiastic about, and we feel confident about. And then we went about the process of filling out forms and answering questions and doing all this stuff. And I would find myself feeling very stressed out because there were things I didn't know. And I had to remind myself how stupid that is. There's a lot of things I don't know. There's a lot of things that I haven't needed to know, especially in this arena. I've never bought a house before, so I didn't need to know how to do it. But I think as a human being, and I think sometimes as a man even, we're sort of engineered to feel dumb if we don't know something, or silly, or less than if we don't know something. And some, again, especially men, take that to a terrible, like, toxic degree where they have to pretend to know everything, and that gets them in some trouble. And in fact, I believe our country got itself in some trouble recently because a lot of people did not have the faith and confidence to go, I don't know about medicine or vaccines or science, but we have people that do. So let's defer to them, and let's ask our questions of them, and let's trust the answers. And that equates to my very small life, that when I don't know something, I have alleviated stress by asking our mortgage lady, asking our realtor guy, asking my dad, and not once have any of them made me feel stupid or less than or ill-prepared or anything like that. And I just started thinking, you're not a bad car owner if you take your car to a mechanic. You're a better car owner because you take your car to a mechanic and you want it to be well taken care of. And I feel like if we could really equate ourselves with our desire to learn rather than our desire to seem to know, we would be better off, and we would know more in the long run. We would learn things, and I've had to deal with that thing where people try to explain stuff to me that I'm clearly, of the two of us, more the expert on. And I know it happens to a lot of people, and it's aggravating and unnecessary and kind of gets in the way. So I would encourage everyone, if you don't know something, just ask. Just try to find out, do some research or ask a question, and realize that most people are going to think you're smarter for knowing that you don't know. You are smarter for knowing where to get this information and knowing that you don't have it. And you'll probably save yourself a lot of trouble. I shudder to think what would happen if I tried to go through this home buying process as if I knew how to do it and didn't ask any questions and got myself in some trouble. Because oh, you signed that. You didn't read it first, or you didn't understand what it meant, but you signed it, and now it's binding. And guess what, buddy? You're screwed. So in the coming weeks, there will be more to do with that. And obviously we'll be moving for the first time in my adult life. And at some point, we'll be shooting one of these in a new place. And I'm looking forward to all that. It's going to be stressful because I also happen to be the busiest I have been in recent memory with shows and things like that. But I think it's going to be good. And at the end of it, we will have a home that is ours and that belongs to our son, and that he can feel settled and hopefully have a different experience of the concept of home and the idea of home and the word home than I had as a kid. And I'm looking forward to that. And it's worth whatever stress there is. And of course you have that, like, is this the right house? Is it the wrong house? And I told Tori, we've been happy here in this very small place that we sort of outgrew. And I think what's going to make this new house into the right house is just us being there as a family and just figuring it out as we will. So now let's do some records and let's get you out of here. First up, we have a new record from one of my favorite bands, the Wallflowers. This record is called Exit Wounds, and it is their first record in, I believe, 12 years. And it's great. I love it. I always love their stuff. I don't believe they've made a bad record. They get, I think, sort of criminally lumped into this like one-hit wonder 90s category. But they've done so much really great work, and Jakob Dylan has done 2 really good solo records. And so I really encourage you to check this record out and even revisit Bringing Down the Horse, which was their real big record, and realize that it's a great record. And the record after that is called Breach, and it's phenomenal. And 12 years ago, they put out a record called Glad All Over, which was great and kind of a left turn for them and very upbeat. And Mick Jones from The Clash made a couple appearances, and it was just really great. So listen to I Hear the Ocean When I Want to Hear Trains. That's a song title right there. Ba-boom. Listen to the Wallflowers. They're great. And then this band is called Royal Thunder, and they're great. This record is called Wick. And these folks are not, I don't think, together anymore. They haven't been doing much in recent years. But I sort of recently discovered this band through the singer's work with a web series called 2 Minutes to Late Night that's very funny, and you should check it out. But their singer, she has a tremendous voice. And I was reading about this band, and someone said it sounds like Janis Joplin fronting Led Zeppelin, but the whole thing is just much louder. And that's a pretty good way to describe it. You get some riffs, you get some grooves, you get some aggression, you get some melody. It's really great. And again, I cannot overstate this, and my wife and I talk about it every time we listen to it. The singer for this band, she has a voice on her like I ain't never heard. Like, you would think she's 4 different people with 4 different abilities, but tremendous. The power and range and really great. And I was happy to find this when I did. So, I don't know. Listen to Burning Tree. How about that? Listen to the opener. It's good to listen to the opener sometimes, you know? Sometimes the first song is the first song for a reason. I always listen to track 2, though, because I feel like you can get your best song in there and blow people's minds, but where do you go after that? You know what I'm saying? Give me track 2. I have a thing for track 2 and track 7 for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I do. And I just feel like the opener and the closer, that's obvious. We know you're going to do one of a handful of things on the opener or the closer. But 2 and 7 could be almost anything. I feel like 7 is a good place to put a quiet song, and 2 is a good place to put maybe a better song than track 1, but a less immediate one. Maybe you have to work a little bit for it. I don't know. I think about music a lot, you guys. That's it. We made it all the way through the second half of this thing without the camera freezing. Hallelujah. Come see me at a show. Go to ChristopherGold.com. I'm playing shows. I would love to come play at your house or your venue or your whatever. shoot me an email, Christopher at Christopher Gold. Those go right to my phone, so I get them. And we'll set something up. You can come hang out. We're having a real good time lately. The solo shows have all felt real intimate and connected, even though some of them have been outdoor things for very big crowds. And the band shows are feeling real jubilant and fun. So that's what you want, right? Connection and fun. So come hang out. In the meantime, I love you guys. Be good. Take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else. And I'll meet you back here next week. Don't knock on my door trying to sell me a vacuum. All right. Love you. Bye.